What's up, guys? It's your boy Thriller here. I sound very low energy and stuff because I just woke up this morning. I had already woken up, but went back to sleep for like another hour or so. I am very tired now. We're taking on Valcon of the Gibble Gladiators, who actually has a dope logo. First time ever taking on Valcon. We were scheduled to play on Saturday, but they're hoping we could play tonight slash this morning. And I just re-woke up with them messaging me about this, so I'm very tired. I'm gonna probably sound very low energy, but it's okay. Looking at his team, though, he's got Meowscarada, Terra Keldeo, Landorus, Therian, Calypki, Cyclosaur, Terra Ceruledge, Uxie, and Weezing. Looking at the matchup, I really don't think he's gonna bring Uxie. I think Uxie makes any sense versus my team. Which you guys are gonna notice as well. I didn't say it beforehand or make a little post about it. But I did make some team changes. We now have Gardevoir of the team of Uxie. This was a change that I did not want to make, but I think to benefit the team here and also to make sure we have something for dark types just a little bit more, I wanted to have Gardevoir. For that specific reason, Gardevoir is very strong, it's very good, and I think it offered a lot to the team. And now we have Ogerpon Cornerstone over Teal. I think getting now an additional rock type helps a little bit more of its offensive capabilities. Plus gave us a grass type that can still help any of this more reliable hazard setter if we need to, so these changes probably don't help too much, but having now a fairy type to help deal with Dirk is a little more better for the team, so but back to Valken's team. Definitely a tough team to fight here. I do expect Terra Ledge over Keldeo this week. I don't think if Keldeo comes, then it's gonna be something to keep my eye out for. But I think Uxie and Keldeo don't come this week. I think everything else has to come for its very specific reason for being defensive and offensive for that specific reason. So going over the team here, though, we have Sub Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Surging Strikes, Urshifu with Clearing Minute. This set's pretty much designed to be able to sit on Weezing and make sure it can't do anything to me. We're sub bulk up so that way we can pretty much be 1v1 Weezing, be 1v1 Landorus. The only thing this set kind of hard struggle dealing with is obviously Meowscarada. But Meowscarada I can beat if I get a sub up and I already have a bulk up. I can just Drain Punch and just be able to knock that thing out. Or pretty much always put it low to where I can always revenge it easily. But this mon is super strong and super great in this match. We're clearing it so that way the Landorus cannot try to intimidate me from my sub and try to intimidate me in general. Same could be said for the other intimidate Pokemon. I think he has another intimidate Pokemon. No, he doesn't. Never mind. I don't know what it was for then. But anyways, up next we got our Trace Scarf Salamence. We're going with another Scarf variant. We're going Special again. I felt like Special had the best matchup here. Just because of how good it was. We're Terra Flying because we're just generic, and plus Flying is super good. Once we get rid of Klefki, Fire, just like Flying has such a good matchup here. And depending on his Klefki set, we can actually two-shot Klefki with um our Flying Step here. We're pretty much almost rocking the exact same set this time around. Except I think we're running no, we're running. I think we're running the same set. Maybe I don't remember off the top of my head. We're running a little bit more Fizz Death bulk this week. Instead of just going like some different spread here. But this Salamence is ready to put in some massive work. Once Klefki goes gone as well, Dragon Spam is really free in this matchup, which is really great. But like I said, Flying Spam is super good here. Up next is the debut of the Bronze Kneecap here. We're rocking out with a Reflect variant set here. Reflect, Recover, Flash Cannon, and Shadow Ball. We are Bold Nature with max defense with this Reflect here with 52 HP, 92 speed, which does outspeed the bulk of his team, and then 112 in special attack. This set is strictly designed to hopefully get the Reflect up, take the weakness policy, boost, and then just start breaking down his team as much as possible. With having my weakness policy used up, I actually do not have to stress about Cerulege's Poltergeists, and I don't have to worry about its Bitter Blades. But again, if Silverage does not have any way to stop both Ghost or Steel type stab happening, then Goldengo can kind of just do a lot of work here. This set's very stupid, but I think this set actually worked out here in in what I was kind of going for a vision of it. So there was that. Up next is the debut of Rios, our Gardevoir. We are sub with Citrus Berry. We're sub with Citrus Berry, so that way we can kind of just be able to have a reliable recovery option. With sub up, we pretty much just destroy everything on his team. We're Mystical Fire, so that way we can weaken down special attackers from doing anything. We're Moonblast, Psyshock, and Physical Fire here. I really tossed up back and forth on whether I wanted to be Psyshock or Psychic this matchup. I think I'm gonna rock out with Psyshock. I know it's not smart to have Psyshock when there's a Wheezing right there, but I feel like Psyshock hit more of what I wanted per se. Actually, I think I'm gonna rock back with Psychic. I think I'm gonna go with my gut here and go with Psychic actually. But we have 16 HP, 116 defense, max special attack, modest, and like I said, enough speed to outspeed the bulk of his team. Gardevoir's here just to really break things down. Up next, we have Princess, our Hisuian Arcanine with all the clearing mid as well. We're Agility, Flare Blitz. With Flare Blitz, with Will-O-Wisp here, I can cripple things down from doing much to my damage here. Plus, I do not expect the Ceruledge to be Flash Fire. I think that would make no sense versus my team. Unless you're really worried about Arcanine, I think Weak Armor takes advantage of a lot more sets of what you can do here. But we're adamant. I believe we outspeed Scarf Landorus, I'm pretty sure, with this set. But Head Smash with Flare Blitz literally has no switch in on my opponent's roster. This mon is literally, and we are actually rocking out with Terra Rock because Rock actually has literally no switch in. Like once we get rid of Klefki, Rock has no switch in, and this might be a mon we might might possibly terrorize as well this matchup. But it's really good in this matchup. And also make its debut is Fiona. We're gonna be Swords Dance, Trailblaze, Ivy Colors, and Brick Break. Brick Break so that we can make sure screens don't go up, which is very risky into this matchup. But we're pretty much spamming Ivy Coach to the cows come home. We're max attack, 104 defense, 48 def, and 104 speed. We are outspeeding the Landorus and below, and with the Trailblaze, we outspeed everything guaranteed. This mon is insanely strong this week, and I think he can do a lot of damage. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and hit up Valcon, and let's go ahead and get this battle started. And we are here for the battle. He is Terra Ghost, which is not surprising, and does bring everything as I expected. So he decided to go with Terra Ghost, which makes sense. I don't have too much of a Ghost switching on my team since I don't have a Dark type. So, there's a couple of lead options I can do here. I could just raw lead my Salamence. I actually don't think I Terra Arcanine in this game. Out of curiosity, how much is Salamence doing to Klefki? If it's Fizz Def, we have a chance to. He almost dies. If Landorus is the lead, it's a roll to knock it out. I also could lead Rias. Just fire off a strong Moonblast. Now I kind of wish I went for Psyshock. Now I actually now remember why it was Psyshock. I'm gonna go Salamence here. Oh, that's beautiful. There's no way you're expecting the Scarf lead. I can just Air Slash here and knock you out. And I don't need Terra to do, so I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so you're scarfed. So you're Scarf Meow, which is very interesting. Alright, I need this wheezing gone. 47 to 56. That's definitely looking that. If I Terra here, this thing's dead. Awesome. Wheezing gone is huge. Wheezing gone is huge. That is awesome that Wheezing's gone. Scarf Meow, though, is now a little bit of a problem. I'm very interested to know why he went with Scarf Meow. I guess he guaranteed wanted something that was faster than my Salamence, which makes sense. But even then, I don't know. But that being gone, though, is huge for us because now that really lets Urshifu put in some more work. Now, unfortunately for us, with Scarf Meow now being there, it does make Urshifu a little harder to play this matchup. But it does mean... Alright, so let's look at Cyclozar. If it's just max HP, if it's Assault Vest, it'll take this hit. If it's not Assault Vest, it does that. I think I could see a U-turn here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Bronze Kneecap here. If he U-turns, he U-turns. If he does U-turn, wish I went with my gut there. I should have known he was going to U-turn. If he would have U-turned, he would have U-turned to Klefki. Now, the question is, are you going to go... You're going to go Landorus. Probably going for Stealth Rock, or you're going for the U-turn here. I'm gonna go back into Salamence here, predicting you want to go for Stealth Rock here. If you're Stealth Rock, I don't think you're fast. Okay, so you go for the Earthquake, that's fine. So... I think we kill this Landorus. It's looking like it's offensive. Hurricane's a chance to kill. Left Keep, it's Vizdiff. It's taking a lot here, and you don't really have a flying switch in, so I'm going to go for Hurricane here. He does go for Rocks here. I'm just going to Hurricane again. That is unfortunate. I'm going to Bronze Kneecap. I'm going to get my Reflect up. I'm going to go for a Flash Cannon here. I am going to recover. Because a part of me feels like we're going to save this. I am glad this weakness policy set is working exactly the way I want it to. Shadow Ball. Depends if you're Speedy Lando. Those are Stealth Rock. I really don't think you're Speedy Lando. Okay, you are. And you're not Screens Klefki. So that is good to know. You are not Screens Klefki. Lando being gone, though, is awesome. He's in a tough pickle right here, because with having the Reflect up, I guarantee live any one hit here. And now without this there, he's really in a tough bind. Does Bitterblade from Ceruledge kill me? Ceruledge. Bitterblade to my Goldengo with a Reflect Up. Does 32 to 38. I'm just gonna recover here in front of the Klefki. And then I can just get a Reflect Up. He's just kind of letting me do my own thing right here. I pretty much have shown my whole moveset. Which is a little unfortunate. But it's fine with me. I mean, I could just raw Shadow Ball. Like I could. But I think raw Shadow Balling is a fro. Especially when Meow could come in here. I think with having the Reflect up, it basically means I can beat the Ceruledge 1v1. So I have my +2. Yeah, I almost can one-shot that thing from screens. That's insane. So unless he's got Terra Blast, which I think if you're running this matchup, you should run Terra Blast. You know? Like, I don't think you just go straight up Poltergeist. I think if you're this set, you're... Well, you also could just be Terra Blast instead of Poltergeist. That's definitely a possibility. He's probably debating whether or not he wants to set up a Reflect here or not. Because he's probably also debating whether or not he switches out here, because seeing the damage from my Klefki, it did quite a lot. No, it's from my Klefki. What the hell am I talking about? My Goldengo. But shout out to Goldengo. He's putting in good work this week. I'm actually really happy I went with this set now. I was very skeptical of it. Very, very, very skeptical of it. But the set is working exactly the way I wanted to. I guess it's just really... Okay, he's gonna make a play into Meowscarada. Meowscarada. Flash Cannon still two-shots you. I can just literally go for anything here. I'm just gonna Flash Cannon here. That does no damage to me. Alright, he has to switch. There's no way you're staying in here. I'm Shadow Balling. If you sack me out right now, you lose something for Urshifu. You lose to this. I Shadow Ball. I don't let you. Nice. Alright, Meow can now pretty much kill me. Shoutouts to Goldengo, dude. Woo! Weakness policy, though. I respect that. That's definitely something I would have tried doing. I think not being Light Clay on this thing, though, cost him. Let me think about this here. I don't think I need... I don't think I need this, per se, but I do wall most of the steps, so I think it was actually going to OGDL buying it here. Because if the Klefki has an attacking move, he has to go for the attacking move at that point. Yeah, I'm going to Salamence here. Obviously, I lose my Scarf, but that's actually best case scenario for me. And now what I get to do is I pretty much click a Dragon Pulse here. Or Fire Blast, one of the two. Because now that I don't have my Scarf, he can't switch into his Dragon. There's no way you switch into your Dragon here. So I'm going to click Fire Blast. I'm just going to click Fire Blast here again. awesome. And now what I think I do here, which you're probably gonna go into the Cyclozar here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going with my princess here. Thunder Wave. So he's dual this. Where's my agility? So at neutral speed, that's fine. I'm just looking head smash. And I miss. Lovely. See, this is a smarter play to make here because what I'm doing now is that I want to gauge to see. Ooh. Damn, that was such a pivotal turn too. Because now he's gonna click reflect. So if he outspeeds 464 with his one dude here, he's gonna go Cyclozar here. That really sucks for me. That really sucked for me. I gotta click head smash here. Dude, come on! That really sucked. I'm gonna go Ogre Pawn here. I'm gonna click Trailblaze here. Actually, just I'm not trying to BM right here. I'm just generally curious to see what does more. Oh, I have a coach skills. Ooh. GG's though to Val. Ooh, that was a good game. I played that game so unbelievably well, dude. Obviously, those misses near the end with Arcanine kind of did suck. But what a way to bounce back after that forfeit we had to give out, unfortunately. So we only lost, I think, in total, like 4 or 5-0, like for these last 2 weeks, which now basically puts us right in the green. We're now 1-2 with no bad differential. Dude, I am so proud how I played that game. Cerulege definitely was going to cause me an issue there, but thank God for the max defense Goldengo. I'm so proud of myself for that build. Oh my God, if it wasn't for that build right there, Goldengo. Ooh. That actually could have been problematic, but I don't know. I don't know how much Life Orb Cycler would have done here. Ooh, that's unfortunate. So it looks like they were actually going with Life Orb, which I don't know how much Life Orb would have changed there. Um, I think Life Orb, if anything, was probably a roll to knock out this then, depending if this thing was offensive. Life Orb definitely could have been problematic for the my old Vina. It actually could have been problematic for this because I think based
I guess the only problem would have been knockoff into U-turn probably was meant to kill this. And I guess in hindsight at that point, like if he hits me, he dies to life orb damage after that +1. Or he would have died before life orb. But I think at the end of the day, he would not have won this game. Because, well, actually, there could have been a chance he would have won this. Let's look at Meowscarada. Meowscarada, my Gardevoir. Oh yeah, he never won. He never won. Gardevoir always lived ahead. So yeah, he would never run. He would have never won that game if that was the case. In that any scenario, it's just this and me and the cycles are Meow. He never wins because Gardevoir's at full. So yeah, I don't think the life orb would have made much of a difference. It would have probably nabbed him a KO or two more for differential, but I definitely think it didn't matter. But yeah, GG's to Val though. I know they probably feel really appreciative that I was able to play this game early because he's got two other games to play, roughly in the same time frame. So Val, if you're watching this, I'm glad I was able to. First off, actually, I'm kind of glad we already get this battle done early as well. That means I can spend all my day off just doing nothing, which I actually do appreciate that for. And do want to give you a shout out for being cooperative with us as well. Obviously, with my time zone and scheduling, it made it a little difficult, but appreciate you, and I'm really glad that we got this battle done. It was a great game, and hope you do well the rest of the season. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're now 1-2 with no bad differential, and it might be a time for our luck to turn around. I'm just playing in a whole different zone right now, so let's hope I keep up this momentum. Yep, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I have to get ready for work here soon, so I will see you all next time. And until next time, guys, peace.